dear students. So, today we are again back with a new video of natural resources with a very subtopic that is called as the wildlife. So, basically, when we are talking about the wildlife, it is nothing but the species. Species in the sense the variety of animals and the variety of birds which you are seeing in the forest. So, wild means the animals which are never taken care of. Wild means the animals or the plants which are never taken care of. That is meant by wildlife. So, all the organisms, for example, you can see here many of the animals. Here there is a rhinoceros, here there is a hippopotamus, here you can see the elephant, here you can see the zebra, here you can see the snake. So these all are the animals which are never taken care of. They are left as it is in the nature, so they are called as the wildlife. But when you are comparing to the wildlife, you can say another part of the life, that is called as domesticated life. That is, the animals are taken care and they are being well protected into a house or any of the places. Those are the domestic places or domesticated animals. Even we human beings are domesticated because we are taken care and even we are protected. Okay, so this is about the wildlife. So now what we are going to study is about the brief introduction about the wildlife. So the term itself the term wild itself tells that it is in nature, in a forest or in a nature, whatever plants and animals which we are getting, that is the wildlife. So here, when you're talking about the wildlife, that is nothing but it becomes the habitat. Habitat in the sense the home for those organisms. It can be the plant, it can be the animals. So what is meant by diversity? Diversity is nothing but it is the group of organisms, that is the group of plants or animals commonly together which are living into the nature. They are called as the diversity. That is called as the diversity. So all these organisms, all these wild organisms which are living in nature, they are called as the wildlife diversity in nature. So what they are living in either forest or they are living in seas or either they are living in the oceans. But what happened is, as man grew or as the intelligence of the man grew, because of his selfish needs, he started making damage to the wildlife. That is, he started destroying the wildlife. Because of man's selfish needs, the wildlife was being destroyed. So the major causes for the wildlife being lost is, one is hunting, second one is the poaching, and third one is the capturing. So one more thing is, because of these human beings activities, even the wildlife which is being present in the nature, that is becoming extinct. That leads to the extinction of many of the species. Now you might have the doubt, what is meant by extinction? So here, extinction is nothing but it is the less, it is becoming reduction in number. Extinct is becoming less in number. The animals which are becoming less in number or the animals are becoming very rare in number, that is called as the extinction. So very common example you can see in the earlier years, you might have seen about the, you might now you are only hearing about the dinosaurs. You can hear many of the birds and many of the animals. Very common example is about the dinosaurs. Earlier days they say that there were presence of dinosaurs, but because of the man's selfish needs, nowadays we are seeing the dinosaurs only in the pictures, only in the films, or only in the photographs. So here, that is because only, for example, if you have watched the Jurassic Park is the one which is completely filled of the dinosaurs. But we don't know whether they are the real dinosaurs or whether they are the man VFX effects. So because of man's selfish needs, the even animals are becoming less day by day. You can see nowadays even the tigers or lions, even tigers and lions are becoming extinct day by day. They are not as much as the tigers or lions as they were in the earlier days, because of the man's selfish needs. Because even man is using, as I told you, because of hunting, because of poaching, because of capturing, Because of these reasons, even the animals are decreasing day by day. So in the next slide, we will understand that. Here you are going to see what is the major difference between the hunting and the poaching. So here, when you're talking about the hunting is just done by the hunting is just done for the hobby sake. So here you can see a man is holding a gun and he is shooting on the bird. So this is about the hunting. But when you're talking about the poaching, you can see here. Here there is the elephant, and you can see number of tusk of the animals. So here they are not legally doing this. Here the hunting is not done legally. That is, they are not taking the permission of the government, and they are doing. They are just doing for their selfish needs. When they sell these tusk of the animals, either to other countries or either to other states, they are getting much money. So because of the money sake, they are illegally killing the animals and they are making use of those animals. So this is about the poaching. Third one is, you can see one more picture, that is the capturing. Here you can see there are n number of persons here, and there is a giraffe here. They are capturing the giraffe, that is, they are tying the rope here. You can see the rope. So here they are tying the giraffe and they are capturing it, so that they can maybe for any of the reasons, for maybe for taking care of it, or maybe for their selfish needs. It can be anything. The capturing may be anything. So these are the selfish needs for which the man is working on it. You can see one more very common example I will give you about the poaching. You might have heard about Salman Khan. Salman Khan was being arrested for poaching of deer. Salman Khan was being arrested for poaching of deer. That is, he had killed the deer illegally. He had killed the deer illegally. So he is a very good, we can give a very good example of him. That is, he poached the deer for his selfish needs. Now, next, as we have told, the loss of the wildlife, when there is an advantage and where there is a disadvantage. Now we have spoke about the disadvantages of the wildlife. Now the wildlife has been losing and losing. So in order to prevent this loss of wildlife, even there are many conservation methods to protect the wildlife. So what they are doing is, their efforts are being made by, you can tell that by the forest departments, by maintaining the wildlife in their natural habitats. Like natural habitats in the sense, that is, you can tell as forest, you can tell as rivers, you can tell as oceans. That is the natural habitat. That is, for example, there only where the animals are, where the plants are staying, there only they will construct the parks, they can construct the wildlife sanctuaries, they can construct the bird sanctuaries. It is just the open area, just they are giving a border for it. So it is called as wildlife sanctuary. So it is a wildlife, these are the in the natural habitat. The second type of conservation methods, what they can use is, they can do the zoos, they can use the botanical gardens, they can do the museums. Here, what is the difference between park, wildlife and the zoo and botanical garden is, here just they are taking some samples of the population. They are not taking all the animals. The animals which are becoming very extinct, the animals which are becoming very rare in nature, they are just taking those animals and they are protecting them. That is, they are keeping them in the zoo, or they are keeping those plants in the botanical gardens, and they are preserving them so that they can stay for a longer time. That is nothing but the only sample populations are conserved here. Sample populations in the sense, only small amount of animals, or small in a small quantity, the animals are being preserved here. Next is seed bank, gene bank or tissue bank. This is the genetic resources. Genetic resources in the sense, for example, gene bank. If you talk about the gene bank, every human being is having the different types of genes. Because of our genes, our character is being differentiated. So that bank is also preserved, because in near futures you may have you may have to use the gene bank. Like for example, if you want if a baby is born, if you want a baby's eye like green in color or cat eyes, so you can use these gene, the gene which is expressing the cat eye, that gene you can utilize for having the baby's eye in the cat eyes, so it can use in your near future. And when you're talking about the tissue bank, tissue bank is nothing but it can be the plant tissue or it can be the animal tissue. When no, at present it is not needed, but in near future, if you need any kind of transplantation, tissue transplantation, or if you want to do tissue culture, if you want to be a biotech, if you want to be expert, if you're doing a tissue culture, that time also you need the tissues. So even the tissues are being preserved in the same way how the tissues are being preserved, even the seeds are being preserved, seeds of the plants are being preserved. If a particular type of seed, if you are preserving now, if it is not available in the future, that you can use that seed and you can go grow that particular type of plant or particular type of tree. So these are the following conservation methods that we are using for the preserving the wildlife. So here there are some of the pictures. So here you can see the wildlife. These are the animals which are you are getting in the wildlife. Here there is no protection. Here they are just taking care of the animals which are in the open area. Here they are taking care of the animals which are in the open area. Here you can see the birds, you can see the peacock, you can see the lion, you can see the elephant, you can see the tiger, you can see the squirrel. So there are all, it is a mix. It can be a bird sanctuary or an animal sanctuary. So they are taking care of that birds and animals. And even some of them, sometimes there are botanical gardens or zoos, as I said you. See here. So it is a zoo. For example, when you go to the Mysore Zoo, when you are going to a Mysore Zoo, that time you are seeing there n number of animals. They are put into a cage. They are put into a cage so that they may not be harmed by the visitors. So they are kept in a cage. So here also there you are seeing n number of animals. So here you are seeing the elephant, you are seeing the snake, you are seeing the peacock, you are seeing the gorilla, you are seeing zebra. So there are n number of animals, but they are only in limited quantity. Like how it was in wildlife, like all the animals were protected. It is not so. Here only sample animals, only a few animals are being protected. Next is botanical garden. Botanical garden is nothing but here many old trees are being present. This botanical garden is of Uti. This botanical garden is of Uti. So here you are seeing hundreds and thousands years back which trees were present. These all trees are being protected here. Okay. The last one is about the gene bank. The last one is about the gene bank. How you are protecting the gene bank is, it is genes, like as I told you about the tissue culture. Here you can see the small plants. The small plants are being protected, and whenever they want to do the culture of the plant, they are taking these plant and they are planting into farm or field or anywhere where they want to grow. And this is about the seeds. So here there are n number of varieties of seeds. There are n number of varieties of seeds. So whenever you need to grow any plant, you can use these, utilize these seeds, and you can grow the plant and save the wildlife. So this was all about the wildlife, the loss of wildlife, and how you can conserve the wildlife. So it is our major responsibility to protect our wildlife because we live in the nature, and it is our major responsibility to save our mother nature. So hope you all have enjoyed my video. Thank you.